with stocks just modestly lower. The S&P 500 dropped 0.2%. The Dow lost 349 points, or 0.9%, while the Nasdaq actually finished higher, up 0.1%. Josh Boat reports rumors have added to the wild ride.
Markets are so desperate for good news, and the situation is so sensitive that a misleading report on social media that Trump was considering a 90-day pause instantly caused the stock market to recover somewhat on its daily losses. All of this points to the fact that the uncertainty is only mounting. We're seeing the fear spread into other parts of the economy as businesses and families are figuring out what this means for them, not just in terms of high prices, but in terms of slower growth and possible layoffs. As a result, the drama will only keep building until we get a clear signal from the White House in terms of what they plan to do to address the possible damage and also ensure that this is a policy that does more to help the United States than possibly hurt it.
President Trump is threatening additional tariffs on China after Beijing retaliated against the ones he announced last week.
Against my statement, they put a 34% tariff on above what their ridiculous tariffs were already. And I said, if that tariff isn't removed by tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're putting a 50% tariff on above the tariffs that we put on.
President Trump spoke in an Oval Office meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and he revealed the U.S. is having direct talks with Iran about its nuclear program.
We have a very big meeting on Saturday, and we're dealing with them directly. You know, a lot of people say, oh, maybe you're going through surrogates or you're not dealing directly, you're dealing through other countries. No, we're dealing with them directly.
Rivers have been rising and flooding worsening across the South and Midwest after days of heavy rain and storms blamed for at least 21 deaths. This is AP News. Julie Walker reports 3 people have now died from measles-related illnesses in the U.S. this year.
The latest death, an 8-year-old in Texas, Thursday. Officials say the child did not have underlying health conditions. President Trump was asked about it aboard Air Force One Sunday.
It's so far a fairly small number of people relative to what we're talking about.
The CDC says the country has 607 measles cases, most in Texas. That's double the number the U.S. had all of last year.
We'll see what happens, but certainly if it progresses, we'll have to take action.
Measles is caused by a highly contagious virus. It's airborne and spreads easily when an infected person breathes, sneezes, or coughs. It's preventable through vaccines and has been considered eliminated from the U.S. since 2000. I'm Julie Walker.
And I'm Ben Thomas, AP News. Thanks for listening.
It's 7:58 a.m. You got your latest from the Associated Press. You're looking live at traffic on Beach Road in Saipan. That's what it's supposed to look like without all the cones and everything like that. You can see at a gym in the background, still painted from the games that we had here. You can get a really good view of the press box over there at Tonco. And you can even see the courthouse. That's it. That's Guma Justicia. I mean, it's not that far away. It's hard to believe that that's what that is, but that's what that is, just off in the distance. And my goodness, we got the best spot in Saipan. You gotta love it. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see all of you this morning. We see you guys all over the place. Ooh, man, it just seems like we're a little washed out. Ooh, and out of focus. We'll figure all that stuff out. But good morning, everybody. Great to see you. We are going to get you caught up with some other things, too. But I want to say hey to John William, Lesser Moimoi. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Candito Banditos. Hey, good morning, Candit and Troy and the whole team over there. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Eric Mofness, my brother. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you at the VFW meeting on Thursday night, right? We'll see you guys over there. Carm Pangalina, and great to see you. And of course, I got to say your whole last name because we also have Carmen Sablan is in watching us this morning as well. Great to see all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching on the Good Morning Marianas Facebook page, we're able to see you for sure. Hold on. Let me change this. I want to change this one setting just so I can get you guys on here. Because I've got the, hold on. You're like, Brad, just talk. All right, I promise I will. I want to be able to see you guys on the other side too. And I think that's how we're going to be able to do it. Let me just mute this one part. Get you guys on here. Because I've got the, hold on. All right, well, there you go. I had to mute that thing, but either way, able to see you guys now. This should work, right? Yeah, this is crazy, but it's good stuff. Anyway, great to see you guys. So much for, thanks so much again for tuning in. Great to have you guys here. Tamara, great to see you. Boy, I'll tell you, you've had a really interesting new job in a short amount of time. All kinds of stuff happening. You guys looks like you're looking like there's going to be a new head over there at DPL coming up pretty soon as 6'2" Iggy Stomar. He had been public lands before. Looks like he's going to be coming back on. He's going to have to go through that whole confirmation process and all that stuff. And we look forward to seeing that. 6'2", the man, the myth, the legend. Anyway, great to see good stuff happen to good folks. All right, well, man, so much has happened since we were last on. In fact, we had the regular Good Morning Marianas, and then we had to come on later with Landon Aidlet to talk about the earthquake that happened yesterday. And again, I talked to my folks too, just to make sure. They're like, hey, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It was just a little one. It was nothing major. It was a 5.3, but it's a thing that we got shaken up a little bit out here in the CNMI yesterday at just happy hour. It was a happy hour earthquake. And some folks felt it. Plenty of people did not feel it at all. And it was just one of a lot of little earthquakes that happened throughout the region. In fact, here, let's zoom in on it here. But it was a 5.3. And it was not far away from Tinian, about 25 miles away from Tinian, and only about 6 miles deep in the ocean. And that's what caused all the hubbub in the CNMI yesterday. And so we got landed on to talk about it. And part of the thing is that when it happened, it takes a while before it pops up on any of the actual charts. And we want to make sure that, hey, we couldn't find it. I'm like, Landon, what are we doing here? How come we can't find this thing? And so we became little investigative journalists on a seismic journey. And we were able to talk ourselves through, checked everywhere. It wasn't popping up in the regular places. And so, but we eventually did find it. So what happens is it takes about 20 minutes. This is from Landon yesterday, that it takes about 20 minutes for USGS to really triangulate where it was before they pop it on. And so that's what happened. The 20 minutes later, the magic happens, and we were all caught up with what happened. But we called him to say, hey, we can't get anything. Can you check? Could it have been volcanic? Turns out no. But we asked anyway. We looked up to the north. You remember, it's been about 21 years since Anatahan blew and turned the morning skies to night. Well, when we didn't see anything on here, we were like, holy cow, is there a plume? So he checked all the satellites and everything, and of course it was nothing. It was just a little bit of a shaker. With everything that's going on in the Pacific right now, 5.3, just perfect. 5.3 and far away is even better. So it was just fine for us. It was not the world ender. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was just enough to get us going and get us ready for a nice evening in the Marianas. So, it was something. I'll tell you, it was just a little something to get us going. All right, well, a little something to get us going is a little bit of coffee. By the way, so I've got some coffee in. I see Travis on there. Good morning, partner. Great to see you. And thanks for helping with all the moving stuff. Really appreciate that. But got my coffee to go. Brought that in. Kathy made some nice coffee. I left later this morning. You can tell by us doing the show a little bit later today. But I have some awesome coffee stuff. We were talking with all of you guys about the coffee that we got from Samson. For the Sip Happen show. And he's like, hey, Travis Jones sent me a message, said you're talking about me. Thanks for talking up our coffee. And he's like, you want some? I'm like, yes, please. So we've got some, and we'll bust that out a little bit later. But so you've seen us drinking the mocha from Samson, and it's really, really good. But I haven't tried the vanilla, but there's vanilla. So we're going to try it on the show. You see what it looks like, the packaging and all that stuff. It's like an unboxing for it, and it's going to be great. Hey, I want to say also good morning, Piling Gazetmo. Oh my gosh, all the way from Guam. My man, this guy is awesome, and it's great to see you. Hey, I just want to give you guys a reminder that our phone lines are open. When we're out here doing all this stuff, you can call us. We got the board set up for your calls. You want to talk about anything. I mean, maybe you want to talk about, hey, this is what happened when I was enjoying that earthquake. Maybe, hey, you guys need to look into this story. You name it. Our phone number is 670-789-2323, 670-789-2323. We are here for your phone calls to let us know what's going on. Oh, let's see. All right, let me just send this. Yeah, there we go. And thanks. I got to send a follow-up message in a little bit, but that's not something for right now. We don't have to worry about that yet. But let's get into some of the other stuff that we got today. So we got earthquaked out. That part's done. And let's talk about some of the local headlines that we got. Oh, yes, we are going to talk about that. But I got a message from the Jotenkidzu Public Library that I want to bring up. So let me open this up real quick. They tagged us in a post, and it's wonderful because I did not know. I was in the dark with regards to what they got going on. Hold on, let me just pull it up. I got to find it first. But I got their message this morning about everything that they've got going on. It's Library Week. Here we go. Boom. I'm going to pop it up right now. There's all this stuff that's going on. It's let's see, here we go. Jotenkidzu Public Library is going to celebrate National Library Week, and it's all this week. It started the 6th, and it's going all the way to the 12th, and they want the community to come out and celebrate with them. It's going to be awesome. So they had a big kickoff event over the weekend, and now there's more things happening. First of all, let me give you their number, Jotenkidzu Public Library, 670-235-7322 or 670-235-7323. That's 235-READ or red, I guess. It depends on how you want to pronounce it. What I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to put that link in the comment section, both on the NMI News Service Facebook page and on the NMI News Service Yahoo channel. Oh, Yahoo. Oh, my God. Yahoo? YouTube. Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine if we were rocking some serious Yahoo stuff? All right. Anyway, let's throw this stuff up there to show you what's going on with Jotenkidzu Public Library for Library Week. So this is what's happening right now. Food for fines. Do you owe some fines? Let's see what they got. Donated Food for Fines Week is going on right now. You can donate your non-perishable canned foods in exchange for your library fines. Each donation was going to count as $1.50. The most you could do is 10 of them, right? So that's good, and that's great for the library. The food should be with. You can't send the expired stuff. You got to give the stuff that is still good, and you can't give all smashed up cans either. Great news, we had Caridot in studio, and now they're going to be the recipients of all these cans too. So they're looking for like anything that you could, that's canned food, meat, soup, stew, chili, gravy, sauces, fruits, vegetable, beans. All right. Also dried goods, they'll take it. If you got like the dried soups, pancake mix, tea bags, not that kind, powdered milk, grains, rice, pasta, granola, cereal, oats, granola bars, crackers, they'll take it. What else? They'll even take some of the junk food too. Yeah, they'll take potato chips, no doubt about it. But they'll also take your sugar, peanut butter, syrup, honey, bottled water, jerky, lentils, trail mix, spices, you name it, they will take it. If you've got fines at the library, this is one way that you could do it. It helps everybody. Absolutely. Oh, tease man. Man, yes, I definitely saw the lady. I haven't seen her in person yet, but not only did we get that, we got a lot of other videos. Hold on, wait. Let's finish this out for Joe Tenkitsu real quick. Also, what else do they have? Check this out. They've got karaoke at the library. Karaoke at the library? Shh. What do you got to sing? You got to sing that Bjork song about Hush or Oh So Quiet, something like that. Anyway. All right, so you can sing your hearts out over there, and you're going to be singing to get rid of your library fines and your fees. Each song that you sing is going to give you $2.50 toward your fines. A maximum of $15 worth. Oh, also, no swearing, no provocative lyrics. So nobody's going to be singing about their neck, their back, or their other stuff at the Joe Tenkitsu Public Library karaoke. You're not singing that song over there. But they are definitely going to let you do that. Actually, it sounds like a lot of fun. And they're going to be doing it. Their last song is going to go at 5:45, and that's from 3 to 6. So make your last song count. If you're going to be singing at 5:45, try to do a real long song. See if you can crank out like a 15-minute song. Anyway, this all goes to help eliminate your fees and all that stuff. These guys definitely going to need some moolah. What else? There's a couple more that they've got in recognition of National Library Week. Tomorrow, free library card replacement day. Woo! Now, yes, that's right. All right, so I have a library card. I think I might know where it is. But now I don't have to pay for a new one. I can go down to the library and get a free replacement card. You can do that too. Tomorrow, it says patrons with lost library cards with no late fees or fines can apply a free library card replacement tomorrow, all day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Here's what you need. You need your valid photo ID, like your driver's license, your passport, even the mayor's ID. That all works. You also need a proof of a mailing address, so bring something from the post office, something that got mailed to you. Envelope or package postmark with your name on it is going to be required. Maybe a bank statement, CUC bill, you name it, that'll work. You want to get more information about it, you can give them a call. We got their number already in the comments, 235-7322 or 7323. All right, so, and here's the final one that they got. This is narrator for the day. What are you going to do? This looks pretty cool. In celebration of National Library Week, help us promote literacy in the CNMI by participating in our Narrator for a Day activity. It gives patrons the chance to participate and deduct fines or fees from their library records. This sounds really fun. So what you need to do, patrons will get to choose only children's books to read with a minimum of 10 to 20 worded pages. So basically, you're going to end up reading to some kids, which is so cool. So for this activity, folks who are participating will have their reading be audio recorded and made into a video format to be showcased at the library's social media. Each book read will be counted as $2.50, maximum of $15 that will be deducted from your fines and fees. Yeah, I love this idea. I love all these activities that they're doing because, one, if you've got fees or fines from the Joe Tenkitsu Public Library, it means you're using it. So they're getting the folks who are actually involved using the services and the products of the library, and they're the ones who are going to be taking advantage of it. I love it. I don't think I have any fines or fees to the library, but I would love to get in and do some of this. The narrator for a day is going to be on Thursday, so it's going to be worth getting down there for, and it should be a lot of fun. And, boy, man, I wonder what kind of recording equipment they have. When I hear about things like this, I'm like, ooh, maybe we can help out. Maybe we could be a part of it somehow. Maybe we just end up reading some books to some kids. We did that. Last time we did that was, who was it? There was a kid in a hospital that we read. I can't remember the name of the book. Curious George. There's a kid who liked Curious George. We read to him. My gosh, there's a YouTube video of that for sure. And that was when I was going to start growing out a mustache for my Ron Burgundy costume for Halloween. And by the way, if you do a lot of online stuff, or at least back then I was just on the news, like the TV. It is not good to try to grow it on air. You need to go on vacation and come back with your mustache, because otherwise it just looks bad for a while. Tobot says, "Buenas, y'all. At the hospital at the moment. Time for some crazy x-rays and massive needle injections." Oh, Tobot, sounds like you're having all the fun. See if you can balut on some of those injections. Man, I hope you're all well, man. I hope everything goes well today. The x-rays don't sound like fun at all, and the needle injections sound even less fun. But I hope that's just the latest step to get you on the road to recovery, to feeling pretty good again. So we're thinking about you, buddy. And that sounds like you're going to be there all day. If you're going to be there all day, that won't be fun. I hope you bundled up, because it's going to be cold over there at the hospital. For sure, it's going to be cold. All right, well, we're thinking about you, partner. And hey, I got ended up talking with my buddy Angelo Villagomez, my best man from our wedding. And he's going to watch the Dodgers play. So I asked him if he could record the sound of Shohei Ohtani when he hits. I heard that it just sounds different when he hits the ball. Just like the sound of the crack of the bat is different. That dude's wielding so much power. It's just amazing. So anyway, we'll see if we can't do that. Hey, speaking of power, we're going to show you this video. Is this the video? Yes, this is it. Of this truck that gets hammered by a train. Turns right into the train as it's going by. Wasn't paying attention, clearly. Isn't that crazy? That's in Sleepy Eye, Minnesota. Look at that. And it's not even a long train. And the guy wasn't going fast like he was trying to beat the train, although he was probably about 15 feet away from pulling off that feat. But just look, it's a small train. If he would have just waited. Instead, there's a lot of grain all over the plains. Look at that. How many cars is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, plus the engine. Could have beat it. Could have just waited. The shortest train ever. And that one, that's a wild. I mean, at least we don't have to worry about that with the Sugar King train out here. Probably tied up driving. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but I'm guessing it involved a phone. Also, those guys work some crazy hours, right? All right. Well, hey, we're going to take a real quick break. We come back, we're going to have some more for you. We'll get you started off with, do we start with the new one? Because we have a new version of it. Well, we'll just get you started with this one. Folks, we'll see you. We'll come back with our local headlines and more when we come back right after this.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas, and now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental and sign up for the CNMI's most affordable dental coverage today. These gas vouchers are limited, and with smiles like these, you know they're gonna go fast.
Hey, I'm Coach Derek Cutting, the owner and founder of Laddie Built Fitness. So no matter who you talk to here at Laddie Built, everyone feels that they are part of a family, part of a group of like-minded people. No one feels judged. No one feels like they're being teased or picked on or looked down upon because maybe they don't know what they're doing. They could be brand new and have no idea what they're doing. They might be overweight or really skinny and feel very self-conscious of themselves. But at Laddie Built, nobody judges here. And if you ask anybody here that might be in better shape than you, or even not, but has experience in the gym, they will gladly help you through a workout and teach you a few techniques that could help you. So Laddie Built organically from day one, since the boot camp era, has organically grown this fostered environment of community and being a safe place, but a strong work ethic community of people that want to get work done. All I can say is that I put my heart and soul into it from day one. I treated everyone like that at the boot camp from the very, very beginnings, and everyone at the same time would treat each other like that from the boot camp era as well. And as we grew, as we got into a brick and mortar facility, we got bigger and bigger. I feel like people definitely just take this place as a home, as like their brother and sisters are working out next to them, not their enemy or not their competitor, So organically, it's just the vibe here is different. Everyone feels very, very comfortable, and I love the fact that it happened like that.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
Welcome back, Marianas. It is 8:22 in the morning. You're all caught up. That last commercial, our newest sponsor, Island Skin Solutions. My goodness, you can start your skincare journey with them today, and you can give them a call at 323-9000. I'm telling you, they do some amazing stuff. You have no idea, but you will have an idea if you give them a call. It really is amazing. I'm telling you, my wife got into a massive bike accident at the Hell of the Marianas, and she ended up using some of those regenerative things, the products and the electronic stuff and everything, and you can't even tell that she got into a bike. I mean, her bike accident was all over. Like, yes, she had like scrapes on her hands, on her arms, on her legs, but her face, and she had stitches on her face, on her lip, on her forehead, you name it. You gotta see, like, Island Skin Solutions, the stuff that they do, you would not believe. You think you would be like scarred for life with all this stuff. No, they are the experts. Give them a call, 323-9000. And I think you're gonna love not just what they do for you, but you're gonna love them. And I think that's the most important part. They're really supportive, they're really friendly, and they've got all the expertise to do all this stuff. And I love it because it's a local company. I mean, like, it started from here. It's not some off-island company or something like that. You don't have to go away for this service. It's not somebody who just flies in once a month to do it. No, they're based here, the Marianas Heights buildings, over by Dr. Addis Clinic. And they're really easy to get to. So give them a call. Check it out for yourself. It's 670-323-9000. But you're going to hear a lot more from them in the coming months, where we're going to have them in studio, and we're going to have different commercials and promos for them. But it's outstanding. Now, that's just for the crash stuff. But maybe you just want to do some fancy stuff. They do it all, but you got to find out from them. They'll do a consultation with you and let you know what's going on. No, I know what you're thinking. No, this is all natural. I have not gotten any work done. You should. Oh, yeah, calm down. Yeah, but they do all kinds of great stuff, and you could be on their list. Give them a call. Island Skin Solutions, 323-9000, 670-323-9000. All right, moving on, folks. We're going to start getting into some of the stuff that we've got here locally. Woo. All right. I can hear that. You know, it's so funny. I hear this, and this is one of the licensed sounds, background sounds that I've got. And I've heard this in local commercials. So I know the subscription services that some of these guys are listening to. So I absolutely love it. Speaking of loving it, you're going to love the weather that we've got today. Right now it's 82 degrees, and the humidity is so low. It's 70% humidity up at the Saipan International Airport, and that's why it feels so great outside. We're looking at a beautiful one today, mostly sunny skies, high near 88. A light wind out of the east, 7 to 9 miles per hour. That's going to drop as the evening rolls in. Tomorrow, though, we are looking at some isolated showers tomorrow and Thursday. Mostly sunny skies, high near 88. And basically a carbon copy for the next couple of days. It's going to be nice with a chance of rain. So not too shabby. Not too shabby. We've had worse for sure. All right, so let's roll into it. Let's start talking some of our local news that we've got here in the CNMI. A couple of trials going on right now. And we'll wait to see how these things unfold. We're probably going to head down there to catch a little bit of each. But what these things started yesterday. One is an assault case that seemed to come up magically before the last election. And then another one is about the theft by deception. So these are the two questions the two trials that we're watching. One is about a scuffle at someone's house, and apparently it seemed like some folks were hanging out. Everything seemed like it was okay until it wasn't, and they end up lumping up a guy who became an unwelcome guest pretty quickly. And now this guy has since left the island, and he's testifying from off island. Again, this is something that happened 4 years ago, and it's only made its way to this stage of the case now. So nobody's in a rush for justice on this one. This happened before 2 elections ago, and it still didn't get tried before the second election, so it was brought up again. Probably didn't help the candidate, but now it's in court, so we'll see. Oh, Tobot just said, if y'all hear a loud scream, that was me. I hate these injections. Oh, Tobot, man, I'm sorry to hear it, dude. I'll tell you what, though, I haven't heard you say anything loud yet. You're not the loudest guy. You're pretty cool, calm, and collected. So I know if you're going through it, man, that it's legit. So we're here for you, partner. We're here for you. Just send us a message, and you can text us your profanities. You don't have to go up and down the hall over at CAC and curse. We know what happens when that stuff happens, because we had the video of it yesterday. Hey, by the way, real quick, about that video from Knapp yesterday. I know we posted it. That's something that happened out in the public, and it was enough to where the security got involved. And I got a statement for you, a comment for you. I'll go put it on the side there, TC. But we saw what happened at Food Stamp with that lady with the argument and all that other stuff. And then we've got a lot of info that came in since then from everybody talking about like what the cause was behind it and everything. But when we post stuff like that, it's definitely not poking fun at people unless we are purposely doing it as a joke, and that stuff is only coming lighthearted. What we did yesterday, again, there's no joking about that. That was, it's a pretty disturbing scene what was happening, and cursing at everybody, and I mean, you don't know what's going to happen when that stuff happens. And it was sent to us from a viewer, and it was worth looking into. And so why would we post all that kind of stuff? Again, one, it's something that happened in our community, right? It's something that happened that caused a stir quite a bit. But it's definitely not for making fun of people. You guys can laugh at it and everything like that. I'm not shaming anybody. That's shame. No, but most importantly, we're not doing it to embarrass somebody. But I'll tell you, seeing stuff like that, if it helps correct somebody's actions and maybe create some period of reflection for folks, maybe it's not a bad idea. You know, sometimes when you see yourself do that kind of stuff, maybe that will help reel you back in a little bit. Maybe. But I think everyone could agree pretty much that, you know, that was not the appropriate way to handle anything. Now, the other thing is that that's not the only focus of the whole story. You watch the whole thing, and I watched it a lot to catch it. And there's also a follow-up video where when she left, she went to the governor's office. And apparently it didn't go much better over there either. We didn't post that one. You can't really hear anything, but in that one where she's slamming her bag on the ground and then slamming her bag on the car again. And by the way, I don't know if that was her car, but she did a pretty good job of beating it up. But again, so that was that. And you guys send us stuff like that, you know, we're gonna end up posting it if it's worthy, you know. And I thought for sure it is. You know, that is absolutely something. One of my mentors in the whole news world is like, hey, if it's interesting to look at, that counts, right? And you know, yeah. Well, thanks, Peeling. I appreciate that. You know, like. It is. So Peeling says, you did the right thing by sharing it. It shows the frustration regular people go through with some government offices. Yeah, I mean, it tells a lot of stories when you watch that stuff. There's so much that's happening in that video. It's not just one specific thing. There's a lot going on in that video, and you listen to it. And I mean, like, I edited it a little bit at the very beginning because the person who shot the video, ran out. It was such a big deal. You could tell that she was running over because it all starts sideways and everything. That's what I edited out. I just cut that part out at the very beginning. Just because somebody thought enough of it that it was disturbing enough that where they ran out to go get their phone and ran back with their phone to capture it, right? I mean, you're already outside. You're dealing with everything that's over there. I can't imagine that was pleasant for anybody, right? You know, everybody's there for different reasons. Yeah, and I know, I mean, believe me, I read all of your comments, every single one of them. And, you know, I go through a little reflection for all that stuff, and I consider it. You know, the thing is, like, it's tough. You know, it is definitely difficult. Not everybody knows, like, what's going on, you know, what people are dealing with, and everybody who's going to NAP has got their own story, right? So, but yeah, I mean, same questions pop up for us too. We were thinking the same thing. All right, let me just go to your comments real quick. Oh yeah. So this is Tobot says, the thing is not everyone has a scheduled ride to go there. Sometimes they would fall short or have a ride the following day. Not all are fortunate. Yeah. I mean, everybody's got a different story for it, you know, like, and everybody's got their own story about why they have it and why they get it. Thing is, I don't know. I will say she has a real talent. There was a profanity put into another profanity that was closed with another profanity. Like, that is skill. Like, that is talent. Like, I'm not going to say what she said because it's early. You guys don't want to hear that kind of talk right now. They probably didn't want to hear it up there either, right? But, like it went from Chamorro to English to Chamorro, boom, boom, boom. Like, two of the heavier curse words put together. A profanity inside another profanity. It was like those little Russian dolls where you, like, open them up and there's another one inside. That's what that profanity was. It was like Inception, with the dream within a dream. Like, that was it. That was skill. That was some talent. That was good. I had some translator help me out as well with like the local heavy one.
I don't even want to describe it because it's pretty bad, but it's so bad, but it's actually kind of funny because like the amount of detail that went in to that insult was so like it's poetic of how heavy it was. But that's about as far as I want to go. Also, I kind of feel like art language. That's right, Caleb, art language. I also think that there's probably no Yakuza working up there. Yes, that's it. That's it. That is absolutely it, Sammy. That was it. Like, that was absolutely it. That's something, you got to pay extra for that. That's not on the menu. That's an off the menu profanity. You're not going to see that when you walk in. That's the chef's special of the day. If there's a public speaking course at the college, I think I've just found your new adjunct professor. All right. That's about what I got. All right, so we were talking about the two cases. Let's go back to the top stories. The two big stories that are happening over at the courthouse. Again, the one against former Representative Vicente Camacho. He's a pretty cool cucumber. I've never seen him get really animated or anything. So I can't say what happened, but I can say that if he got fired up while these guys were hanging out, they were probably just hanging out at his house. And, here it is. The guy who was an electrician up at the court was driving a little erratically, according to the initial thing, right? He said, apparently he was calling his former rep was calling his office saying, hey, this guy's driving recklessly. And that was it. And then they got into a scuffle. According to the complainant, Stephen Koch, or Koch, I don't know. It's Koch. I'm going to go with Koch. And if I was him, that's what I would go by too. He said he was just going for a walk, and they were passing by his brother-in-law's house, and they saw a former rep coming out of his driveway. And Koch said, hey, stop calling CPA and tell him I'm a bad driver. And that was it. And then he said that he felt them following him. And then he turned and he saw he was about to lunge at him. He grabbed his hands and they struggled, ended up on the ground on the side of the road, and he felt himself getting lumped up, and he must have blacked out. That's tough. He said he didn't actually see who punched him. And he also said that he had never seen or met the other folks who were involved, allegedly. So, I'll tell you what, I don't know what happened. We'll see if the other side gets on this stage or on the stand. But man, that's a rough one. I hope his daughter wasn't there, but he's not there anymore. Yikes! I'll tell you, that goes to what we talk about a lot. Don't drive terrible. Look, Eric, something about eggs. Oh. Dude, good morning. Good morning, Bobby. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Great to see you too. You're coming right in off the tail of a funnier conversation. All right, so let's go to the other one though. And this one is the other trial that's happening. And this is the one that gets started. So they got the jury and the alternates already for this one. This is where the CNMI is going to be taking a few folks to court on this. You've got the former chief of parole who's going to be in there, and you've got the owner of another company that's done a lot of work here. And it says the conspiracy to commit misconduct. So basically, the gist of this case is that there was a
Pala Pala, or a couple of Pala Palas that were built. And this contractor was paid just under $10,000 to do it. And they, why $10,000? Because that's one of these reporting things. If there's a bank is required to report things that are over $10,000, but they're also required to report anything that seems like out of the ordinary. So for this one, it's $9,987.80. So that was paid to FNS Corporation, which is Scott Fu. Or Chuilan Scott Fu. So apparently, that FNS Corporation got paid $9,987.80. That's important. To build a Pala Pala. Right? No big deal. But the CNMI says, wait a minute, the parolees built it. So how did they do that? So that's the question. Now, the thing is, it's not like Mr. Fu's only been here for a little bit. He's been here about 20 years. But the question is, what's going on with this? So it says, he said they repaired it, but he didn't get paid. And that's the thing. So here it is. This is a quote that Brian put in the paper from the defense attorney. It says, Mr. Fu spent thousands of dollars repairing this Pala Pala, and he's not gotten paid for that repair, but they're charging him for the work that has to happen. I'm sure the prosecution did not notice when they filed this case that there were two projects. One was completely done, and defendants are not contesting the Pala Pala was made by the parolees, but there was another one, an extension. So they're saying that the $10,000 was for an extension of a Pala Pala. Doubt it. I mean, that's just my take on it. It's all going to get proven in court, right? But now the defense attorneys for the governor, because he's involved in this too, and a former governor, not current governor. This is under former Governor Ralph Torres. And then the Nick Regis, the former chief of parole, and then this Scott Fu, they got the same attorneys. And that's the one where Judge Kim Tenorio said, hey, there's conflict of interest here, but allowed the defendants to decide for themselves if they wanted to go forward with that. And they said yes. I mean, she was very specific. She's like, they might give you advice that helps one of the other clients, not you. Are you still cool with that? And they said, yep, we're cool with that. They're okay. They got a plan. And now for the CNMI, you've got Jim Bob Kingman. You've heard him for sure, but he's back in court. And he's like, hey, we're dealing with a simple chain of events here. It should be pretty easy to explain once you see him laid out in front of you. He said, Nick Regis in the summer of 22 instructed parolees to construct an extension of the Board of Parole building, a patio, Pala Pala. He instructed them and ordered them to do so. A man who had the ability to frighten parolees or they'd be sent back to prison. This was not done with any blueprint or anything like that. They acquired building materials from other agencies and added free labor to the construction project. He said, after it was over in the beginning of July, a couple months later, Nick Regis decided to apply and submit an invoice and a purchase order to the Department of Finance, claiming that FNS Corporation, owned by his co-defendant, were the people that constructed the garage. He said that because FNS was a tailoring company, it raised some flags at finance. And that's where the whole thing got going. Now, the good news is we're going to be able to hear from them after the trial, but it resumes today, and we're going to follow this one to see where it goes. I remember sitting in this when this thing first started. So, I don't know. Yeah. And it's not like there isn't any history now between
the defendants. Sorry, I'm distracted by the comments. I'm looking at you guys, and it's hilarious. Good times, good times. Yeah, so Jim Bob Kigman, of course, was the one who was going after the former governor with regards to the contempt case. And Jack Torres, the governor's brother, was on the other side of that. And so they've gone head to head a few times, and now they're doing it for another case. And the question is, like, Jim Bob Kigman brought out here to do that case, and what's his future in the CNMI after this? He's, he got that ruling against him, unfavorable ruling against him from Judge Gabendo. So what's next for him? So we're going to follow this, and we're going to follow that, and then we're going to follow him and see what happens. But we're not going to spend all day in the courthouse to do on this case only, or either of those two cases. I mean, that's it. Let me go back up there. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you too. And you guys, I'm telling you, the comment section is probably one of the things I love the most about this. It's too funny. Hold on. I'm going to change this out. Because when I throw the commercial, I want to make sure that I have the new one in place here. I'm going to move this and make sure it's sized right. Oh, geez. It's not sized right. All right. Oof. Hey, just again, real quick reminder, the phone lines are open for you. 789-2323, 789-2323. That's our number when we're doing the show. We're taking your calls. Tobot says, I hope the lady that's doing my injections is sexy so I can get distracted from the needles. I have a comment for you on that too. I'm going to have to send that to you on WhatsApp. That's pretty funny. All right. Real quick, I don't know if you guys are following. Let's see. What's the other one? This one? Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's March Madness season. Smooth transition. And the women's side is done. UConn, I think they've won about 1,000 championships on the women's side. Yeah, they've won so many. Their 12th national title. They ended up beating South Carolina in convincing fashion, 82-59. 82-59. That's convincing. And they swept their way. Now it's going to go down to the men's side to see if they're going to be, and they're getting a lot of views for this too. On the men's side, we're looking at Florida and Houston. Where are we? Yeah, Florida and Houston. We're going to see who's going to end up taking it. What is it? It's got to be like any day now. Why don't I see the date? Come on. Fantastic. I'm doing a great job with this one. Hold on. Florida, Auburn. Oh. No, not Florida, Auburn. Sorry about this. Hold on. Florida, Houston. Jeez. Florida, Auburn was the semifinal. No wonder. Yeah, and that's when I remember seeing Charles Barkley dapping up all the Auburn players when they were walking their way out the court. But Florida, Houston. My gosh. No wonder. No wonder I'm like, what is going on? Houston. It's today. In 2 hours from now, the national championship will be decided for college basketball between the pair of one seeds, the Gators and the Cougars.
Calm down there, Washington State fans. We're not talking about you. But it is the Florida Gators and the Houston Cougars. Both teams finished the season 35-4. They're both number one seeds from their divisions. And checking out the bracket is pretty wild. That 4 number ones made it to the Final Four. I mean, that's amazing. Like, usually there's an upset somewhere along the line, but all 4 of the number one seeds for the men and the women ended up advancing to the finals, and that's something. They advanced to the Final Four, and then, of course, that means you're going to have a couple of 1 seeds that are going to make it to the finals. So that's it. Good morning, Flolani. Good to see you this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Great to see you. All right, we are going to take a real quick break. It's 8:51. We're going to get you the latest update from the Associated Press so you know what's happening in the U.S. and around the world, and maybe some folks who talk a little bit better about college basketball than I just did. You can hope. You can hope. What is going on? Sometimes you press play, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, come on. What do you mean this media cannot be displayed? Well, this is part of the fun of the... let's try this again. Did the settings all of a sudden change? Oh, my gosh. Well... It feels like a Monday right now. It absolutely does. What is going on? All right. Well, I do have a backup. Thank goodness. We'll see if we can't figure this out with these guys. Oh.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts has paused a deadline for the return of a Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador. Ed Donahue has details.
A federal judge has ordered the administration to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia. The Justice Department went to the Supreme Court saying the judge was overstepping her authority. The administration has conceded Abrego Garcia should not have been sent to El Salvador because an immigration judge found he likely would have faced persecution by local gangs, but argued he's no longer in U.S. custody and the government has no way to get him back. The White House has described Abrego Garcia's deportation as an administrative error, but has said he was an MS-13 gang member. Attorneys for Abrego Garcia say there's no evidence he was in MS-13. He has never been convicted of any crime. Ed Donahue, Washington.
President Trump dismissing any suggestion he'll put his tariffs on pause.
We have many countries that are coming to negotiate deals with us, and they're going to be fair deals, and in certain cases they're going to be paying substantial tariffs.
And after China announced it will retaliate, Trump says he's considering yet more tariffs on Chinese imports. All of this had stocks gyrating, says Seth Sutel in the AP Markets Report.
Stocks ended with modest losses on Wall Street, but only after a day of wild moves. Markets opened sharply lower, then surged in the morning following a rumor that the White House was considering a pause in its tariff fight. The White House later denied that was the case. The S&P 500 fell 0.2% Monday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 349 points. It's about 0.9%. The Nasdaq Composite rose 0.1%. Markets are worried that a global trade war could send inflation surging again and cause a recession. Seth Sutel, New York.
A prolonged deluge has swollen rivers to near record levels across Kentucky. Persistent storms across the South and Midwest are now blamed for at least 23 deaths since last week, 10 in Tennessee. This is AP News. For hockey fans, this may feel like old news, but it's worth reveling in. Gethin Coolbaugh reports a record once thought untouchable has been broken.
It's unbelievable moment.
Alex Ovechkin is now the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer, breaking a tie with Wayne Gretzky with his historic 895th goal with 12:34 left in the second period of Sunday's road game against the New York Islanders.
I'm probably going to need a couple more days or maybe a couple weeks to realize what does it mean to be number one, but all I can say, I'm very proud.
Ovechkin skated into his office and ripped a one-timer from the left circle past Islanders goalie Ilya Sorokin. He then dove belly first and was mobbed on the ice by his teammates before the game was paused for a ceremony.
Finally, I'm not going to have those questions when you think you're going to break it. It's already done.
I'm Geffen Coolbaugh.
And I'm Ben Thomas, AP News. Thanks for listening.
Number 14,
It's a great day to be up 3-0. I'll tell you that. It probably is not great to be down. I'm Brad Rosala, and I'm the owner for Commonwealth Communications.
And I am Jojo Alipuzu. I am the owner of Island Image and Ocean.
And this is our joint venture, Sideline Studios. This whole concept that we have of doing all these live stream productions and covering news and doing live shows and everything, it wouldn't happen if we didn't have a great partner like IT&E, someone who can handle the bandwidth and provide it and then get us what we need when we need it, and then be a real partner for us for all the events, whether we're doing live sporting events, broadcasts. All of these things happen because of our partnership with IT&E.
With IT&E providing us with the fiber and point-to-point and even the MBRs, is just a great piece of equipment to use when we're broadcasting our sports, our events, our performances, especially our cultural performances. And it's just great to share our culture here in the Marianas with the world. And IT&E has been there from the get-go.
The thing I like best about working with IT&E is how willing they are to come out and find a solution. Even for Liberation Day, we thought we had a pretty good solution for our live stream setup, and it turns out that we did not have the right setup that we thought we needed. That day, just before the parade, reached out to Paul and said, here's our situation. What do you think? He's like, we're gonna figure this out. While he's sitting there barbecuing, getting ready for the parade to start, he starts burning up the phone lines, calling everybody in IT&E, what can we do, what's the right solution? They left their families to do this stuff and get us the equipment that we needed to broadcast live. That's over and above. That's on a holiday. That's when he was out there spending time with his family.
That's why IT&E is just the best, just really in touch with the people and the community.
I recommend IT&E to everybody. Tell them the options are there, and you can choose whoever you want and then figure out what you think is the best. But when you're ready, when you're tired of having your calls disconnected or not having service, then you reach out to the guys from IT&E. Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hey, I'm Coach Derek Cutting, the owner and founder of Laddie Built Fitness. So no matter who you talk to here at Laddie Built, everyone feels that they are part of a family, part of a group of like-minded people. No one feels judged. No one feels like they're being teased or picked on or looked down upon because maybe they don't know what they're doing. They could be brand new and have no idea what they're doing. They might be overweight or really skinny and feel very self-conscious about themselves. But at Laddie Built, nobody judges here. And if you ask anybody here that might be in better shape than you or even not, but has experience in the gym, they will gladly help you through a workout and teach you a few techniques that could help you. So Laddie Built organically from day one, since the boot camp era, has organically grown this fostered environment of community and being a safe place, but a strong work ethic community of people that want to get work done. All I can say is that I put my heart and soul into it from day one. I treated everyone like that at the boot camp from the very, very beginnings, and everyone at the same time would treat each other like that from the boot camp era as well. And as we grew, as we got into a brick and mortar facility, we got bigger and bigger. I feel like people definitely just take this place as a home, as like their brother and sisters are working out next to them, not their enemy or not their competitor, you know? So organically, it's just the vibe here is different. Everyone feels very, very comfortable, and I love the fact that it happened like that.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
Morning, 9:01. You're all caught up with everything from the Associated Press. But now I got something from Reuters. I'm like, holy smokes. I know this lady. And I used to work for her. I used to write her speeches. I wrote her talking points. I set up for phone calls, served as a liaison for her between the CNMI and Joint Region Marianas. I was proud to work for her. She was incredible. And now she has been removed from NATO. She was working at the War College. We're talking about Admiral Shoshana Chatfield, former commander for Joint Region Marianas. And she's all the allies over there with us at NATO just found out that she'd been removed from her post. She's a vice admiral, so that's a promotion. She's been removed from the post. And wow, let me take a look at this. So this is, again, coming out of Reuters. It says that, and this is today, U.S. Navy Vice Admiral Shoshana Chatfield, who holds a senior position in NATO, has been fired as part of what appears to be an expanding national security purge of top officials by the Trump administration. The information was not immediately confirmed by the Pentagon. However, the sources told Reuters that allies have been notified that Chatfield has been removed from her job. She was the U.S. military representative to the NATO Military Committee, one of only a handful of female Navy three-star officers, and was the first woman to lead the Naval War College, a job she held until 2 years ago. Firing's the latest to rock the Pentagon after Thursday's removal of General Timothy Hall, the head of the National Security Agency and the U.S. Cyber Command. For the Navy follows the string of its top officer, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, the first woman to become the chief of the CNO, the chief of naval operations. This is just stuff about the president's decision. Says the Pentagon did not immediately respond to a request. How about that? Definitely worth me sending out a message. Wow, I'm just shocked. She was a leader who did a lot of great stuff for the CNMI. Was great with communicating between the governor's office and the military. And I think she really helped build quite the bridge for communications that got things going between the CNMI and the military. And she did a lot of working with King Hines when she was the chair for the CPA board of directors. Wow, just flabbergasted. They don't cite any reasoning here. So let me see if we can't just do a quick Google.
Just going to do Shoshana Chatfield, NATO, see if anyone else picked it up. Politico's got it. Washington Post has it. Defense News has it. And none of these yet say any cause. This one's from military.com. They're usually a pretty good source for it. Let's see. Let's see what we got. This is from military.com. Oh, this is a really cool photo of her looking all Top Gun with this jacket on military.com. This is a 5-minute story by Konstantin Toropin and Rebecca Hill. Is this, let's see what we got. See how this sounds.
Trump administration fires female vice admiral amid widening purge of military officers. Vice Admiral Shoshana Chatfield has been fired in what appears to be a growing purge of top-ranking military officials by the Trump administration, multiple officials confirmed to military.com. Chatfield, who began her career as a helicopter pilot and was the first woman to be president of the Naval War College, had been serving as a senior official at NATO and was one of just a handful of women who occupied the highest ranks of the Navy. Her ouster comes only days after Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, possibly on orders from the White House, fired the four-star general who ran the National Security Agency. Chatfield is also the second naval officer and woman to be fired by Hegseth, who also relieved Admiral Lisa Franchetti, the Navy's top military officer and first woman to hold the job, shortly after he took office. President Donald Trump fired Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Linda Fagan, the first woman to hold that position, during his first days in office. Officials in Hegseth's office did not immediately confirm the move or offer a statement on why Chatfield was relieved or by whom, something that would normally be expected and widely shared for the firing of such a high-ranking officer. Reuters was the first outlet to report Chatfield's firing. Chatfield has been targeted for years by conservatives who have sought to purge the military of officers they deem woke, and after Trump was elected in November, conservative advocacy groups included her name on lists of officers they wanted Trump and Hegseth to fire. The main conservative charge against her is that, in 2015, she gave a speech at an event to mark Women's Equality Day, which celebrates the day the 19th Amendment was ratified to give women the right to vote. During the speech, Chatfield noted that most members of Congress have historically been men and so issues affecting women have sometimes gone unaddressed, according to an Army article about the speech. She also said in the speech that our diversity is our strength, a line that for years was an anodyne talking point said by most military officers but that conservatives have since turned into a major transgression. Hegseth has repeatedly said the idea that diversity is a strength is the single dumbest phrase in military history. Chatfield's appointment as the U.S. representative to NATO's military committee was one of the hundreds of military promotions that were delayed for months in 2023 when Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican Alabama, protested against a Biden administration Pentagon policy related to abortion. Tuberville's blockade was not directed at particular officers, but conservative groups highlighted Chatfield as one of the woke officers Tuberville was stalling as they cheered him on. After Tuberville relented, Chatfield's promotion was briefly delayed again by Senator Eric Schmidt, RMO, who specifically targeted a handful of officers he said championed diversity initiatives, before he quickly gave up his blockade on all but one officer. The silence from the Defense Department and Hegseth's office on the firing is not new. When Hegseth was presumably ordered to fire General Timothy Haw, the head of the National Security Agency and the nation's top cyber warfare command, officials in his office couldn't even say whether Hegseth had a role in the firing a day after news outlets first reported the news on Thursday. We've seen the reports but have nothing to offer at this time, a defense official told military.com on Friday, before adding that they would provide more information when it becomes available. Later that day, the Pentagon's top spokesman, Sean Parnell, issued a statement that thanked Haw for his decades of service to our nation but did not say why he was fired or whether the decision was made by Hegseth or Trump. Meanwhile, far-right activist Laura Loomer, who once promoted the baseless conspiracy theory that the September 11th terror attacks were an inside job, took credit for Haw's firing on social media, saying that he and his deputy have been disloyal to President Trump. Multiple outlets reported that Loomer met with Trump in the Oval Office on Thursday ahead of Haw's firing. Military officers take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution. They do not swear loyalty to a president or political party. Hegseth and the Trump administration have also never explained why they fired Joint Chiefs Chairman General Charles C.Q. Brown, Franchetti, and Air Force Vice Chief of Staff General Jim Slife, all terminated on the same day in February. Hegseth took aim at Franchetti in his most recent book, claiming she was unqualified for the job and was chosen for the role because politics is all about optics instead of results. Naval operations being weakened won't matter to anyone, he added. While a replacement for Brown has been nominated, both Franchetti and Slife's positions remain vacant and filled with officers who are in acting capacities and being asked to perform 2 jobs at once.
All right, well, that's the report. I'm looking at something else now. They say something. Okay, I wanted to get rid of that. But they got something else on here. I want to see. They put it in here. This is really interesting. I'm not really familiar with this, but it says, this is Ynet News. It says, Jewish U.S. Admiral at NATO fired in expanding national security purge. One, I certainly didn't know that, but they don't even talk about that in this story at all. It says, reason for Vice Admiral Shoshana Chatfield's sacking unclear, with officials suggesting motive may be related to Pentagon's crackdown on DEI initiatives. It says, U.S. Navy Vice Admiral Shoshana Chatfield, who holds a senior position, has been fired as part of what... This looks like the exact Reuters story, but they threw that part into the headline. And I'm not familiar with that news outlet, so that was... striking for me as well. I'm not expected to see that at all. And I don't see anybody else throwing that up there. I'm looking at different comments from different folks. Different comments. This is starsandstripes.com. There's a whole thing about it in Reddit. And a whole... But again, here's another one from the... Vin News, and they're all doing the same story, but there's a couple of them referring to that. Her being Jewish, I didn't know, but not like it would have made a difference. But I just see those two. There's only 2 headlines, and they're all parroting the same Reuters story, and that has nothing to do about her background in that regard. Every other story about her really is just about her crushing it in the military and being a helicopter pilot. And I'm looking to see if there's anything else, and that's just about it on it. But I'm shocked because I just did not expect that at all. Anyway, she was awesome. I'm really glad I got to work for her. Really glad I got to write for her as well, and be her voice. Be the words behind it. That was pretty cool. It was an honor. I'm really glad I got to work for her. Actually, I got hired under the previous administration, Admiral Bolivar, but I came in to work for Admiral Chatfield, which was awesome. I mean, I had an admiral to work for. That was pretty cool. We might say it's admirable, but boom. All right, folks, we'll be here all day. All right, 9:13 in the morning. It's too bad. I got to shake it up with something. I got to give you guys something else, because I want to talk about this coffee thing real quick. Let's see. Let me play something. What can I play in the background while I'm doing this? Is this one all disco-y? All right, it's coffee time in the Marianas. So we talked about it a little bit. You've seen me consuming these mochas. Let's see, can I get it up there? You gotta pull it back. All right, maybe there's another way of doing this. Hold on. There is another way of doing this. Hold on, let's slide over. We're gonna get the old, the Sony cam over here. You gotta deactivate it and reactivate it again. Kapow. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna do this down here.
Yeah, just rock out to that disco. I'll be able to show you guys what's going on here. Oh, geez, gotta do this again. All right, so here we go. This is, here, let's see if I can't. There we go. So that's the coffee that you've seen me drinking, this Samson Espresso. It's really good. This is the mocha flavor. And I've been enjoying these for the last few days. Ever since we had them on here, I've had a few of them. But, so I was talking about them the other day, and now, after Samson called, he's like, hey, you want some more? I'm like, yeah, do it. So now he brought me those mochas, but now I didn't even know that they had this vanilla. So we're gonna try this one out here real quick. So this is it. You can see I've already taken off the label. So we're gonna give this one a shot and see how this one tastes. I'm loving these things. And I love it because another thing is it's a guy from here who grew up here and who is doing, this music's a little tough, isn't it? It is tough. I came here, let's see, how about this one? Yeah, we'll see if this is a little bit better. All right, so let's give this Samson Espresso a shot. And you hit it from the bottom. Out of context, that sounds pretty great. All right, so anyway, let's open up the cap. Got that vacuum seal, you can hear it. Ooh, it smells really good too. Let's give it a shot. Oh, smooth too. Absolutely love it. You know, it's not too sweet, and it's not it's not beat you over the head with coffee. It just tastes good. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this is great. So he's like, so what do you want? You want a case? You want a couple of cases? You want chocolate? Do you want the vanilla or the mocha? Do you want the vanilla? I'm like, ooh. I don't know if I want to do a whole case of the vanilla because I haven't tried it. He's like, no, I'll split it. We'll do half and half. Do half mocha, half vanilla. So there we go. So just tasting it now, it's good. It is worth it. I definitely could have gotten a full case of it. So I'm going to enjoy this stuff. Now, this is available at the stores. You can get this stuff anywhere, and it is outstanding. I love it. I definitely got to put the cap back on if I'm going to put it under the other camera. Oh, is there a way for me to do this? Let's see. There is. Hold on. There we go. Let's see if I can't. Yeah, to show you. Again, this is it. This is what we're enjoying. Oh, this way. There. Try to do this. And get the focus on it. There it is. So that's what it is. So the one we're trying right now, this is the espresso, but this is the vanilla flavor. You can buy it at all the local stores here, and it's pretty inexpensive. That's the best part. Again, this is not something that's imported from another place. This is a product that's created for the CNMI, specifically here in the CNMI, and brought here for it. So you gotta love it. And man, I just love this stuff. Where's the number on here? The contact service line, 285-6911. So you can even, it's got a local number on the bottle. So if you want to order it or if you've got a question about it or anything, you can reach out to them directly. And Samson, he was the guy who was on the show with us for Sip Happens in March. By the way, something that is good, I'm sitting there showing it to you, but I didn't actually show it to you. Sorry. I thought I had that part on there, but this is it. It's on my preview screen. That's it. Boom. Oh, you think you're cool, and then you find out you're not cool. There we go. So that's it. This is the bottle, Samson. This is the vanilla espresso. They've got them in mocha also, and they're delicious. And I was holding this up, and I saw it on the preview screen, but not on our actual screen. So you guys missed out. Now you got it. Anyway, so that's it. Samson Espresso. It's available. You can pick this up at all the different stores here in Saipan. And again, all the stuff's from here. You can actually get it, and you're good to go here. And if you don't like it, if something's wrong with it, you can reach out to them directly here locally, 285-6911. And they actually delivered it to the studio yesterday. I didn't even have to go anywhere for it. So outstanding. Samson, thanks so much. This stuff is outstanding. You guys are going to love it if you try it. I've been enjoying the mocha for a while. Just tried the vanilla for the first time today. And Mangni Shi. I was going to say, I don't want to say Samson, but this espresso is good. All right. 9:20 in the morning. I think we're going to wrap up here pretty soon. I think that's what we got for you today. We're going to jump in. We got to do some things. We got to send out some invoices to some folks who just asked me for them, so that's great. I want to remind you guys, if you are interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, you can just reach out to us, and we will be very happy to get you signed up as one of our sponsors. If you just want to support a free and open press that lets us do this kind of stuff, you can see the QR code that's on the screen now. You can send us whatever you want. I was thinking about doing a promo, like we call it like $5 Fridays. Like people want to go in and do all that stuff, but at least for right now, just to let you know that if you want to support it, if you'd like what we're doing, the fact that we're not just the morning show is one thing, but the overall getting the information, getting you guys live press conferences, getting you access to all these things when they happen, being there and not flooding you with all the commentary, not giving you a 90-second news story after it's all done, but bringing you there, making you part of the coverage, bringing you the sports coverage wherever it happens to be, whether it's baseball, basketball, you name it. And there's a lot of other sports. But if you like what we're doing and you want to kick us some love over there, because again, there's not a whole lot of, we're not doing just a news show at night to sponsor with commercials. So you can sponsor it. You can, if you've got a company, you want to sponsor the morning show, that'll get you a whole lot of love for everything else that we do. If you just, again, if it's just you and you just enjoy that we do this service for the Marianas, that's something you could do. So just check out the QR code that's on there, and you can help sponsor us as well. Be a contributor. Also, we've got that website that's under construction right now. Oh, we got a phone call coming in from Piling Gazetmo. Holidays on Tiro. Thanks for calling the show, Piling.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Brother Brad.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Sorry, I know your show is about to end, but before you end it, you don't mind if I go back to your earlier topic of the show in regards to that lady at the food stamp office?
Yeah, go ahead.
You see, with that thing, the frustration that we don't know what happened to that lady and what triggered her. Mm-hmm. But see, that's one good example. There's some people in the comment section that are talking negative about that lady, and she's saying that for 30 years she's been under food stamps. We some people have insults for her for being under food stamps for 30 years, but here's the thing, so why some people too cannot ask our government with all the misspending like the NB Luxa, the $400,000 that was given so they can purchase a boat or a ship or whatever, that deer meat for dinner. They spend money for that so they can promote, the Northern Island. And with even that deer that they brought it, our government spend taxpayers' money. They even activated other departments to be a part of that function. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that our government are abusing. They cannot even tell us today what's up with the deer. Is it producing? It's still alive. They cannot even tell us about the missing guns at Fish and Wildlife. Everything is been like abracadabra. You will never know it, and you will never see it again. And then here we are, some people insulting that lady. One of we stand up too. That lady is telling everybody that we're sitting down under that seeking assistance. She was telling them she loves them. Maybe she see all the poor people, and then some politically connected there are getting wealthy. Some just came in office for like 6-8 years, and they're already very, very rich. There's no accountability. There is a public auditor, but what is the public auditor doing? Our own legislature have to subpoena people, but where money went, where items went, what's the public auditor? It's very hard to bring the public auditor in the picture. Procurement and supply, everything should be on record. And here we go again. Election season is coming up. So now they're pushing for homestead. Every time election is coming close, there's going to be law enforcement academy, homestead opening up. Come on. Let's get real. And if we want a better new cinema, we have to do something, and we the people need to do something. We cannot keep on being treated like this. Cannot. And believe me, who's to know that Marianas public land is following their procedure with giving out homestead? Are they bypassing old applicants, and they just give out the new applicant? Who knows? Who knows? But we can ask, because we want to know. It's the same thing that we want to know what happened to the deer, because that deer they spend the taxpayers' money. They use resources from other departments. They brought that guy deer meat for dinner. They spend money. They appropriate funds for that event, and we deserve to know. Did the money was really spent for the right thing, or was just for habitation? That's the thing. That's the thing, my brother and my fellow brothers and sisters in the cinema. We need to wake up.
Gone. Absolutely.
It's very tough nowadays. It's very tough. It's hard to go by. We cannot even try and go back in time and be farmers and be fishermen. Cannot. We're so deep into needing money. Money, everything is money. Everything is money. Whatever you need to do, you want, it involves money. And it made us greedy. That's the problem. We are greedy. And it's sad to say, but we've evolved. We've become smarter. We have these cell phones. We have everything, technology. We have, you name it, solar, all of this. We have evolved. But have we evolved as people? We will lack the to be loving and caring with humanity amongst each other. Everything changed. And what changed us is money. 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 Even families will break because of money. If you have money, I love you. If you don't have money, I don't love you. That's it, my brother. I love you, Mariana. Let's wake up. It's time to fix it. No, we cannot just keep a bush-bushy. The bush-bushy is already over. It's time to bush-bushy ourselves too. And let's make it right. Thank you. I love you all.
Man, we love you, Piling. I'm telling you, you bring it every time. You let us know exactly how you're feeling and what you're thinking about, and it's always a great message. Thanks so much for calling.
So just check out the QR code that's on there. And
what am I doing?
Help sponsor us as well. Be a contributor.
Where's that music coming from? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Sorry. I know what that was. Yikes. Sorry about that. You know what ended up happening was I need to mute that. Jeez, the ways. All right, so I'm going to raise this up again.
Good morning, brother.
Hold on.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
1 second. Just minor technical difficulty. There we go. That's from the phone that was all linked up. So anyway, that was Piling Gazetmo calling from Guam and giving us a little a rearrangement. What you're thinking about, you guys. Be careful and think about what you're doing. That's the easy way to put it. But a lot of stuff, man. The guy speaks from the heart, and you gotta love it. Real quick, I want to show you guys something. Talking about stuff like that here. Let me go to the share screen here. Speaking of people giving back and about money or whatever, and the amount of volunteering that happens for our local sports really is outstanding, and we're lucky that we've got a team of volunteers and then people who just donate their time and their money to make sure that folks so kids have a better chance, especially like with sports and all that other stuff. Well, so Tom Gay Field, you know Tom Cofield, that's the baseball field. Tom Gay Field is the softball field behind it, right? And it's still a little jacked up, still from like U2 times, and they're figuring out what they're going to do to revitalize the whole Oleai sports complex. Well, some folks did put in their time and their money to at least get the press box looking good and help out with some of the bleachers and all that. And it cost money. I mean, it was all broken and everything, but people were out there doing it while it was all broken. Anyway, finally looks good. People put the time in, and then kind of a little disheartening. Someone goes in and writes permanent marker all over the clear window for the folks in the press box. Like, it's got to be just kids, right? So, like, just throwing the rhetorical question out there. Who would do something like that? Some dumb kids. They don't call them dumb. Dude, I mean, look at it. They're dumb because they don't think about what they're doing, right? When they do something like that, they're not thinking about, they're not considering the volunteers who put in the time. They're not considering the amount of money that it costs to do all that stuff. They're not considering that when you do stuff like that, it just makes it look bad for everybody, and it can't be an adult, right? I mean, like that, just some dumb kids, right? And that's to say, by the way, we were all dumb kids at one point. You, me, all our friends, at one point or another, we're all dumb kids. That sucks. So I don't know what you use to clean that stuff off. It's permanent marker, but I bet there's a way to remove that. Let me see. I mean, it looks like Sharpie kind of stuff. Remove permanent marker from glass. It says, no need to go crazy with solvents when drugstore rubbing alcohol usually removes Sharpie from glass. So at least should be, hopefully, easy to get rid of. It says you can try using rubbing alcohol, nail polish remover, a dry erase marker, applying them to a clean cloth and gently wiping the area. So hopefully it will be easy. Yeah, why can't we have nice things? I hear you. It's too bad, right? And I know, especially Luisa, I know you spend so much time doing all this stuff, and then you got to have that stuff plopped right in front of you. It's pretty tough. All right. Well, I'm going to show you one more thing before we get going. Tobot, if you're in the middle of getting injected by all those different things, hold on. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to show it to you. This is 30 seconds of video. I got to save it in the right spot real quick. Sports. We'll just call it sports here. All right. Let's pop it on the screen for you. This was sent to me. Can I put that on here? Yeah, let's do this. Here we go. Media source. This is from tonight, Tobot. And I got this because I was interested in it. But also, because I thought you thought it would be pretty cool. Hold on one second. Let's find this out. And I'm going to pause the old music thing here for a second. And I'm going to take this one off for 1 second. All right, so let's see what happens when I start to...
Oh, going deep.
All right. So, Tobot, we're going to throw this one on there. If you're still watching, let's see what happens here. I should have it on a loop anyway. Where we at? Okay, let's just transition this all the way. Ready? Let's go. Oh, that didn't work out the way I thought it would at all. There, let's go. Transition. There we go. So... I don't know if there's any volume to it. You guys can hear it, I can't. But this is in Washington, D.C. These are the Nationals. And Angela Villadona, she's there watching the Dodgers play. It is the Nationals are leading right now in the bottom of the third, 3-2. Dodgers are 9-2 on the season. Nationals 3-6 on the season. But that was just from a few minutes ago. How about that? How about that? There you go, partner. That's baseball from the man league. It looks like it's cold over there in Washington. Can you imagine? It's April, and they are wearing gloves and winter hats and everything. Oh, can't hear me? Oh, because that almost passed. I'll turn that down a little bit. Maybe you can hear me a little bit better now. But anyway, it's funny because I can't actually hear that. Audio is too loud. There we go. Is that better? It should be a lot better. I would imagine it's a lot better now. But anyhow, imagine they're wearing winter gloves. That guy's got a beard and a winter hat. It's got to be freezing over there watching that game. In the evening there. What time is it now? Does it say what time it is? Well, those games start a little bit later because they're for the television audience is probably going to be out there in Los Angeles. So they start just before 9 o'clock, and that would be 6 o'clock out there on the West Coast. So they start at like 8:45 p.m. or no, 8:45 a.m. for us. There we go. All right. Anyway, so that's what you got. That was that, and now you know. All right, so we did go a little bit long today, and I'm cool with that. But we are going to wrap it up for today. We call that a show. We hit a lot of subjects, a lot of topics. Reminder, hey guys, when we come back tomorrow morning, that we're up for whatever you guys want to talk about. You can always call us 789-2323. That's how we ended up doing it with Peeling just a few minutes ago. In fact, let's see.
Can I get one more of these things in here? Let's find out. I think we can. Let's just find out if it updated. Because I want to see if I can't get you one more update. Now we're just going to call. Yep, it's here. So maybe we'll just get you the latest update from the Associated Press. And if it pops through the way it should, then we're just going to let that go for you. But it is so slow. I'm watching it right now. Just even try to get ready for us. And also, we're about an hour away from the tip-off between the Florida Gators and the Houston Cougars in the NCAA finals. Man, what is going on with this thing? It's so slow. Oh, Luis says, Opwood girls won their basketball game last night, 52-11. Holy cow. I have some joke ideas about like who they must have played, but it doesn't look like it was fair. All right, we're gonna wrap up. I'm not gonna get you that update because it's just taking too long. Not sure what's going on, but we will be back tomorrow morning, right here. We'll see you again. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow.
Happy day, Tirawamian greetings to Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news, from a beautiful place with Pacific views, it's always so much fun on Good Morning Mariana.